dictates of a particular respected leader. So I don't know if the Kano State governor, if he's working at cross purposes now with his political mentor, well, I don't want to say godfather, or if they're in accord on this. But they both went visiting, I mean, at different times, I think, to see Mr. President, and I guess the agenda was the same. We were trying to convince them that their next political destination should be the APC, the ruling APC. But then, I dare say, what my opinion here, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf would only have a smooth and easy ride with his current decision. If Kwakwansu also follows suit, and if the political destination, the next political destination is the same. Otherwise, I fear for him, whatever he's relying on.
Yes.
because like I said, Northern Nigeria is a different ball game altogether when it comes to politics.
Okay.
They listen to their leaders, and I'm not very sure if Alhaji Abba Yusuf is that leader they would want to listen to when it's time for the polls.
Now, you remember that House of is it House of Rep member that was arrested, one political leader arrested when he defected to the APC.
He was dragged to court.
To court, yes. Why is Kwakwansu now not being dragged to court?
The president of the NNPP is the Governor Yusuf that has left.
I'm sorry, Governor Yusuf, yes. That's why is he now not being dragged to court? So that is what we are saying about buying justice.
And the law is not clear on these matters. You see one judgment here, another judgment there, conflicting judgments on the same matter, on the same case, on similar matters.
Well, now, I think I have something here on River State again. That is talking about Governor Fubara, the Fubara impeachment. A court has suspended an order restraining the River State Chief Judge. On what matter? Let me just see, because there are different issues, on this River State problem here. The River State High Court, yes, High Court, Oyibo Division, sitting in Port Harcourt, yesterday suspended its order restraining the state Chief Judge from acting on the request of the State House of Assembly to set up a panel to probe allegations of misconduct against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu. The court subsequently adjourned indefinitely its hearing of the suit filed by the governor and the deputy governor challenging the impeachment process initiated against them by the State Assembly. Justice Florence Fiberesima had on January 16 issued the interim injunction barring the Chief Judge Simeon Amadi from acting on the motion of the House requiring him to raise a 7-man panel to probe the governor and his deputy for alleged gross misconduct.
Well, I'm not sure I quite get what that means. What are the implications of that? It also says there that court adjourns Rivers impeachment suit indefinitely. I was talking about indefinitely adjourning the suit filed by Governor Fubara and his deputy, Professor Odu, challenging the impeachment process initiated against them.
I'm sure they will go ahead. The House of Assembly go ahead to do what they want to do.
What they are saying here is that the suit filed against the impeachment process,
yes,
has been
it has been stopped.
It
has been restrained.
Has been adjourned indefinitely.
Yes.
I don't know. And well, the state chief judge declined to institute a probe panel. He was citing a particular order of the court that hindered him from going ahead with the probe.
Yes.
So I don't know if this now means that the chief judge can go ahead or that everything has been left hanging. Well,
and I'm not
sure I understand the interpretation.
Yes, and Amachuele, I think that is the speaker. Yes. Others, they have headed to court of appeal.
Oh. And in Kogi State, Bimbo, there was this story, Governor Ododo. They are saying that there is a gentleman agreement that he would spend only one term and then give way for James Abiodun Faleke, a member of the House of Representatives, to become the governor. But then this now is coming from Faleke himself, and they have said that there is no iota of truth in that story. It says yeah, Faleke debunks report on alleged one-term agreement in Kogi politics. Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, a member of the House of Representatives representing Ikeja Federal Constituency. Well, I guess there's an Ikeja in Kogi State.
Maybe Ikeja.
Well, it's Ikeja that is written here. Well, I think Mr. John would clear that. Ikeja Federal Constituency has repeated reports claiming its involvement in a purported one-time agreement in Kogi State politics. In a statement issued on Friday, Faleke urged the public to disregard the report, describing it as false and misleading. He said, I wish to categorically refute a report published by an online news outlet alleging that the presidency directed His Excellency, former Governor Yahaya Bello and Governor Usman Ododo to honor a purported one-time agreement in Kogi State in which I was allegedly involved. For the avoidance of doubt, I state unequivocally that I never had any discussion, nor was I privy to any conversation, arrangement, or agreement regarding a one-time deal in Kogi State or any related matter. At no point was I a party to such an agreement, directly or indirectly. So that's coming. So I think that settles that. And Mr. Ododo, the people of Kogi State are willing. It's good to go for another time.
Yes. Now to some, you have others, any other political stories there?
Okay. Well, called Alt PDP case pending appeal court decision. Okay. What's that? Oh, let's see. It says. Well, again, I can't seem to find the story on the page it's supposed to be.
Well, pending that, this one says Tinubu's reforms recalibrating Nigeria's fourth republic, says Dali. I think that means preparing for Nigeria's fourth republic. That is the reforms. That Nigeria will be better before then. Yes, against the beg your pardon, against the long and troubled backdrop of Nigeria's democratic journey, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is deliberately reshaping the Fourth Republic through bold pro-people reforms aimed at restoring economic justice, strengthening institutions, and rebuilding citizens' faith in democracy. The special advisor to the President on Media and Public Communications, Mr. Sunday Dali, has said. And Dali, a former minister, spoke on Thursday at the Daily Trust Public Lecture on Nigeria's Fourth Republic, What is Working and What is Not, held at the NAF Conference Center, Abuja, where he delivered a sweeping historical and policy-focused assessment of Nigeria's governance trajectory and the Tinubu administration's response to inherited crisis. And describing democracy as a learning curve rather than a straight line, Dari said, Nigeria's Fourth Republic remains the country's longest and most sustained democratic experiment, surviving challenges that truncated previous republics. Okay, yes, Nigeria's Fourth Republic, the dispensation we are presently in.
On Awujale stool, Pushendua ruling house. Ruling house members protest alleged imposition. Well, the last we heard of the selection process was that the Ogun State government said the process should be halted. They said in the interest of peace, whatever that means. I would say, well, maybe the Ogun State government is seeing things that we are not seeing, but as of yet, well, maybe I haven't seen any thing to indicate that there would be breakdown of law and order. And I was of the opinion that whoever is dissatisfied with the process should head for the courts, and that the government should stay very clear, steer very clear of these matters. they should only play an advisory and supervisory role.
Yes.
Well, members of the Fufengua ruling house of Ijebu-Ode on Friday staged a peaceful protest over alleged plans to impose a candidate for the Awujale of Ijebuland. The protesters, made up of sons and daughters of the ruling house, marched from the Odoegbo area of the town to the Ijebu-Ode local government secretariat, carrying placards with inscriptions such as Fufengua says no to imposition. Let Ifa Oracle determine the next Awujale and let the kingmakers do their job. Well, I think it's I don't think it's wise to say let the Ifa Oracle do its job because let the Ifa Oracle determine. And why do I say this? We all know that the Ifa Oracle in modern times is the government.
Yes, that's what I'm about to say. That is it the traditional Ifa or the government Ifa?
So if you are inviting Ifa, but state it that is it the original Ifa you are inviting or the Ifa, the political Ifa, which is the governor. So, but then this is the way of the political Ifa that often holds sway.
Yes.
In this current times that we are in, booming on Ifa,
yes.
Unless we want to deceive ourselves.
Yes.
So, speaking on behalf of the ruling house, the leader of the protest, Mrs. Adejuba Obileye, said the demonstration was aimed at urging the government to stay away from the selection process. She appealed to the authorities to reopen their Awujale's palace to enable the kingmakers complete their assignment before them, adding that the family was satisfied with the ongoing selection process being conducted in line with the extant Ijebu-Ode chieftaincy declaration. Obileye, who is the Aremo Bini Jadiara, described the Awujale stool as sacred and warned against allowing political or pecuniary interest to influence its occupancy. Not so much for the Awujale and the selection process.
Yes.
But well, I don't know. Like the Aremo Bini has said, I think Jadiara has said, I think they should allow the kingmakers and the family to decide whom they want. Well, it's even good that it's been narrowed down to a particular ruling house.
Yes.
So they should allow them to decide who they want, and whoever feels aggrieved should go to court.
Within the, at least, it is good that it's not between so many ruling houses. Well, this story here, the Olubadan went visiting. Yes, Olubadan of Ibadan.
They want to see the president.
Rashidi Ladoja, and he tasked him on the insecurity and food crisis.
Well, he asked the president to pay greater attention to worsening security situation in Nigeria, warning that it is deepening the country's food crisis. Trust Ladoja to ease the nail on the head. Yes. He has a penchant for that, and he's well known and respected for that. No matter, even if you are his very good friend, he will close his eyes and tell you the truth.
Yes.
So the former governor of Oyo State acknowledged the president's determination to address insecurity, but noted that persistent attacks by bandits have made many farmers afraid to return to their farms.
Yes.
We expect the government to work more on the issue of food security. We also expect improvements in the health sector with standard hospitals where our people can be properly treated. And well, it's like he took a list to Mr. President on issues and matters that require his urgent attention. So that's vintage Oba Rashidi Ladoja, the Olubadan of Ibadan land.
Now, still talking security here now. Well, with the issue of insecurity now, there is a problem. Thousands of prospective corps members and their families are apprehensive, at the 2026 Batch A Stream 1 orientation exercise of the National Youth Service Corps. Yes, that will commence across the country, particularly in states plagued by bandit attacks, kidnappings, and bomb scares, and from Zamfara to Kaduna, Borno, Yobe, Plateau, and Katsina states. Corps members embarking on the 21-day orientation face long and fearful journeys, even as officials insist that all measures are in place to ensure their safety.
Oh, really?
I hope
they should tell that to the Marines.
The Marines, yes, they have not been saying that. They have been saying that for so many years, and nothing has been happening. They keep, abducting all these young coppers, and nothing is being done. Now the same thing is being said here by the National Youth Corps, National Youth Service Corps officials all the time, and the anxiety comes amid a surge in terrorist attacks, killings, mass abductions, and bomb scares that have gripped the northern parts of the country in recent weeks.
And it's very sad, Bimbo, what bandits and terrorists have forced that scheme to become. And why do I say this, Bimbo? Well, my son went to one of the went to serve. It's NYC camp, the orientation exercise in one of the southwest states, and they were in camp for 3 weeks. So when he came back, excitedly, I was asking him about all the activities in camp, mountaineering, endurance trek, and he was looking at me quizzically. How do I mean? I said, you didn't go for mountaineering, you didn't go for endurance trek. He now said, he said everything they did was right within the camp, that they never for once ventured out of the camp. I said, really? You know, I was thinking that it was like in our own time. Apologies for that break. So as I was saying, Bimbo, he said everything they did was right within the camp. They never once ventured out of the camp. And I was now thinking that, it was like our own time when every morning, the early morning jogging, you would go out of the camp.
By 4 or 5 p.m.
4 or 5 a.m. You would go out of the camp.
After hearing the Bigo.
They would jog like from here to, like, say, Total Garden or even Mokola and back. Then when it was time for the endurance trek, the trek like trekking from here all the way to Apata and back, and then the mountaineering, and for those states that have hills, we go climb mountains and all that. So I was asking,
and you remember the rope climbing?
Well, after I think they did that, they can do that one within the camp.
Okay, within the camp.
But I asked him that you didn't do all that. He said no. He said everything was within the camp. And he told me that he guessed that it's because of the security situation in the country. And honestly, I felt very sad that these people have killed the beauty of this scheme.
Yes.
I mean, I told my son that you don't know what you have missed, though. I said it's a pity that the situation in this country. And then, you can't blame the authorities. It will be a very big international embarrassment if core members are attacked while on mountaineering or endurance trek or jogging outside in the morning, and everybody will blame the authorities. And why did you allow them to go out of the camp and all that? And I think now the soldiers in camp, before, what they used to carry only sticks and all that, but I think they will now be carrying firearms. In case the camp should come under attack. That hasn't happened so far, and I pray it never happens. So just to say that what these people have made of the scheme, and I don't blame parents who don't want their children to go to troubled states. There are some parents who tell that they would rather have their children not do the NYC at all, rather than have them posted to any of those states.
And the wealthy ones, they prefer to just go through the illegal means of ensuring that their children, do their orientation within the state they reside.
Sometimes their children don't even show up for the scheme at all, and they get their NYC certificates.
Yes, that is it.
Let me tell you, Bimbo, when I was in camp in saying here in Oyo State, there were like 5 in my platoon. They will call their names every morning and mark them present, and they never for once showed up throughout in camp. So
that is what I meant. We'll take a short break. We'll be back.
Gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàríyá o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàjọ̀dún, àbẹ́ni fẹ́ ṣèpàdé o, gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣènáwó. BCOS event grand, òun ni ẹ máa bọ̀. BCOS event grand, òun ló kájọ ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ. Èyí tẹ́yin bá fẹ́ ṣe, BCOS event grand, òun ni ẹ máa bọ̀ o. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò. BCOS Event Ground. BCOS Event Ground débi tílẹ̀ ti tẹ́jú. Àyè ìgbọ́kọ̀sí ń bẹ, ìyẹn pọ̀ jaburata. BCOS Event Ground, ìyẹn nílé Akéde. Oríta Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn. BCOS Event Ground, òun ni ẹ máa bọ̀ o. Ohun tá à ń sọ ni pé fónírúurú ayẹyẹ tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe, ó ti wù kó fẹjú tó. BCOS Event Ground, òun ló kájú ẹ̀, òun ló káàtó. Ṣókùú àgbà lẹ́yìn fẹ́ ṣe ni, tàbí ìgbéyàwó, tàbí birthday, tàbí open year crusade. Ó sì jẹ́ book launch ní tiyín ni. Ẹ máa bọ̀. Ẹ̀yin sá ti kàn sí wa ní yàrá kẹrin commercial department BCOS Ilé Akéde. Tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè sórí BCOS customer care line tololong 0915-870-3300. BCOS Event Grand, ilé àríyá fáwọn tó mọ bó ṣe ń lọ.
All right, we are back, and the program is still conversation. Quickly, some crime stories here, and well, you men, or young men in particular, be very careful who you decide to choose as your girlfriend or lover. Don't be taken in by just beauty alone, or the vital statistics or anatomy of the particular lady in question. It says here, lady who planned sending robbers to her boyfriend's house confesses it was to pay my sister's medical bill. Oh dear. And a 24-year-old lady, Jessica Anthony, who was arrested by detectives in Delta State Command, has spoken on why she hired hoodlums to go to her boyfriend's house to rob him. Miss Anthony said it was to get about 7 million naira she needed to take care of her siblings' hospital bills. The police public relations officer of the command, SP Bright Edafe, confirmed the arrest of the suspect to Saturday Tribune. It was gathered that the suspect had been in a relationship with the man named withheld for about 2 years, though according to the PPRO, she said she had known him since 2021. It was further learned that Jessica and her boyfriend broke up at the time but reconciled and started dating again. But unknown to the boyfriend, the suspect had a plan. And SP Edafe said that Jessica, in connivance with one of her friends, Odumu Adaobi, age 25, who was residing at Ugolokoso in Uvie local government area, allegedly went to one of the black spots in Warri to locate the bad boys there. Why not simply ask the man for help, and whatever he can afford, he will give him. I don't know. Well. And another crime story. It says here, in our presence, second defendant called the first to ask for purchase of human hearts, says IPU, that's the investigating police officer in this particular case. And the case of five accused persons standing trial before Justice Akili Iladino Akintola in Oyo State High Court, Ibadan, for alleged conspiracy, murder, and dismemberment of the bodies of victims for sale, came up on Wednesday, January 21, with the investigating police officer IPO ASP Oladojo Ishegun, who is the prosecution witness for, telling the court what he knew about the defendants. In this narration, he disclosed how the second defendant, Muniru Salaudin, asked the first defendant, Adekulu Mohammed, to bring a human heart to him at Ologunleru area in Ibadan for purchase, unknown to him that Mohammed was already in custody. Other defendants are Rashidat Akonji, aka Iyaiwe, Ismail Oladeko, and Somi Obaleye. Oh dear. You know, in this illicit sale of human parts, which they say exist, do you know, Bimbo, that we are told that a human head sells for far much less than the head of a cow?
Yes, head of a cow, yes, we were told.
As at last year, a human head goes for 50,000 naira. Top most, 50,000 naira. That's what they said. And then
that was it. That we were told.
That's what. When one of these syndicates was busted, that's what they said. That human heads goes for 150,000 naira, and then top most 100,000. But you can't get the head of a cow for that cheap.
Cheap, yes.
So you wonder, Bimbo, why this inhumanity to man? Why do this? Why? What has happened to our value systems? What has happened to our youth?
Yes. And all this boils down to trying to make money. Yes. Now, this one says it is quite interesting. Yes, I used doseness the other time that I read that intro, but I think it was part of the typographical issue of the particular newspaper. Husband, wife, reputed for their closeness, die an hour apart. I think the husband first died. The wife died 1 hour after. And I can see the picture.
Were
of
they
the baby.
advanced in age?
Yes, yes, they were. They were so close. 35 years. Yes.
Married for 35 years?
Yes, and deep companionship for more than 35 years. Chief Adeyemi Olukayode Adegoke and his wife Mujirade lived as shiny example of an ideal marriage, and theirs was a love life defined by simplicity, faith, and deep companionship. Like I said, more than 35 years.
Was it the shock of the death of one that killed the other? And I'm also interested in knowing how old they were.
Yes, both. Yes, they served in the. I think one served in the civil service. Well, yes, the man was 65-year-old and the wife was 59-year-old. Yes, and she was a committed civil servant at the Ministry of Justice.
Well, I guess they lived long enough.
And the
I
picture,
guess their children and their family would have wanted to have them around for much
the
longer.
picture speak here shows their coffins laid beside each other.
Oh dear. May their souls rest in peace.
And this story here that I see, I am not interested and even angry, more angry. Federal government restores electricity generation to 608 megawatts after grid collapse. How many times will this grid collapse? Let's just leave that story. It is always irritating when I hear all this, and we have not had electricity for 1 month now.
I was about to say that. I was about to ask that your area, your community is a bandless.
Yes, bandless community.
Zero band.
Yes, we don't know, no light.
But Bimbo, your clothes are always well ironed, well pressed, smooth, and it doesn't, no indication that you don't have electric power.
Yes,
how do you manage?
I always go out sometimes. Sometimes I buy petrol for the to the generator and use it, and most times the generator, the iron, because the iron is an industrial iron, it might not pick it, until we put off all the the other electrical gadgets. And sometimes I'll just bring the iron out and come and iron in the office or some of my friends' place.
So people, if you have enough to fuel the generator to power your pressing iron, you are a privileged Nigerian.
I am not.
So you should not complain.
No, I will complain. I will complain. I will complain because
you are not vulnerable.
No, I will complain because it is very bad. We have an electricity agency that is unable to provide electricity for Nigerians. Yes.
Maybe people in your community don't pay well. Maybe they don't. So sometimes.
No, I think they are punishing us because most of us in our community use prepaid meters. Yes.
Oh, so too much English, too much Turinchi. Okay, now I begin to understand the Alakowe setup.
Yes.
Okay.
Because if it were all those that they will come and bring them what did they call that they will use the analog or those they will catch to while bypassing.
They'll just pay a little something. People will bypass and then pay the NEPA get a little something.
Yes.
Every now and then. Quickly before we open the phone lines, our time is fast spent. From the book of matrimonial oddities. Oh, my husband slept with her lovers in her bed, broke my nose for complaining. The Ibadan woman tells court. And also have this. My wife denies me sex. Always detained by police for fighting me and neighbors. And in faraway Zambia, what shall we not see from this Zambia? Spirits attack me every time I want to sleep with my husband. Woman tells court.
What is that? Maybe she has a spiritual husband.
I wonder. And Well, man kills his wife for denying him sex. So much about this sex. People. And then this was says the husband paid only 50,000 naira as my bride price. So that's coming from the wife. I paid 350,000 naira, not 150,000 naira, says husband.
So who lied?
All right, let's open the phone lines.
0055009850 or 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you, Mr. Ojo Michael. Okay.
Wake up. If you wake up. God bless you. Have a nice weekend.
All right, thank you. All right, so that clarification. 08055009850 or 7055551985.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning.
John. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, we can hear you, Mr. John.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you.
Hello, we can hear you, Mr. John.
So please do well to call us back. Then leave you with the network there. 07055551985. That's the number to call. To be part of a conversation.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good to have you, sir.
Thank you. The issue of power grid. See, anytime a national power grid collapse, it's like a national embarrassment for us in this country. Because earlier this year, the Minister of Power promised Nigeria stable power supply in the year 2026. So unfortunately, the sign of incompetence of the Minister of Power is our buyer we should visit because it's easier said than done. And such is cheap. We want them to free that promise. That's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm not very sure it's incompetence on the part of the Minister of Power. There are so many hurdles in his way.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel for the man.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ayala Bugo. This is from Lamlata.
Good to have you, sir.
On the matter of insecurity, I've been making a sort of suggestion, but I don't know whether they will take to it. In Yoruba land, the Baloguns used to be in the war front, and that is why I like to suggest that the chief of staff, the chief of naval staff, all these chiefs is to at least take their office to the northern part. They should be there. We don't need them at Abuja. Let them go and confront the kidnappers, the bandits over there. That is why they are on that post. They cannot stay put in Lagos or Abuja. Let them go there. Let the entire military base go there. That would be the correct solution. Now, I heard that the Minister for Energy, Baba Pankele, he said they will not be selling anything or any materials, electric materials. So like cable and the federal government will be supplying it. But when they make a sort of law, people and media start will not follow it. They will still collecting money. For example, look at anything that happens to electricity, they will expect the people to pay for it. Why is this guy like that? And then when you want to, you will expect people to pay, they be having their wire which was bought by the customers. So this things will change in this country. Thank you. I will go from Malata.
Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot.
Yes, 0055 009850. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kabi.
Good morning.
This is communication design
Good to have you, comrade.
from Elebu.
Elebu.
Yeah, about the captain of Kano governor. Yes, it is true that Congress is going here in Kano. But what I see clearly and what I know about this president is that, see, under him, anything can happen. Influence is more than influence. And God has so made our president so influential when we talk of politics. So anything can change. People will just believe. People will vote massively for both the president and the governor. But at the end of the day, Kwakwaso will still toe that line. He will toe the line of working side by side with the president. That's, I'm sure. It's not that I'm suggesting. So then, in the area of electricity, I will advise the government that they take it serious, because it is the soul of business in any developed country. When this issue of the tree that collapsed today, tomorrow, it is the works of saboteurs. So they should fish out those people, deal with them, and fix our electricity so that the economy will be stable. Thank you very much.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, 070-5555-1985.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Caleb Alabi from Malata Shogoro.
Good to have you.
Actually, I just want to comment on this constant collapse of national grid. From our point of view, I hope most of this equipment is aged. It's better for the federal government to replace most of this equipment, because this is the first time in the 2026. In the 2025, it's more than 5 times the grid collapse. I hope the government will invest more on this power, because power is vital to industrial development. Also, breakdown of this electricity may break down all this manufacturing company to ship to another country. That's my comment. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I can still take one or two more calls. 070-5555-1985. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good
Good
morning.
morning.
I'm a little worried. You say you're playing for available. All the time we come to me to finish. Like I here. What I'm saying for him, if you remove him, you don't want to work.
Okay.
And issues are discrepant. People stand in their stage. They are going to a trouble stage. That's it to do. I'm telling you that they have been to the government. This is to the government before. Now to government. Like you, this is to the government too. After this year, no more. Thank you much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Actually, what I said was that sometimes I feel for the minister of
yes.
power, because of the many challenges, the many difficulties, and the bricks in his path in trying to reform that sector. It's just like someone trying to fix the oil sector.
And some
in this
people are
country.
now, his efforts have been thwarted.
Remember how they frustrated them, the man of them were tested and highly valued integrity, the late Chief Bolagi. Remember he was also frustrated when he was when he handled that ministry. He boasted that he was stone to bread, but then hey, the principalities and powers also stood in his way.
Yes.
But check it time is 7:30 and we have to go. Been an interesting time on conversation this week, and we'll be back same time Monday morning. That's next week, God willing. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your weekend.
Omigoro. Kilewe Omigoro. Àmì òjijì. Rédíò tí ó láfiwé. Olúyọ̀lé FM. Àwa ni bàbá. Ìdúró rẹ lójoojúmọ́. Èmi ò lè ṣe kí mi máa gbọ́. Olúyọ̀lé FM bàbá. Orin tìlù. Àṣà èdè. Àṣà tèdè. Ìmọ̀ràn ẹ̀fẹ̀ ìmọ̀ràn. Ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́. Olókìtì bí ọmọ bá kò sí ní gbọ́.
Olúyọ̀lé FM 90.5 ìdùnnú rẹ ni lójoojúmọ́.
It's another beautiful Saturday morning to talk sports once again. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM, the Trailblazer, the pride of the nation. Of course, you know, with the best in the West. Buluwajio Gumala is here once again with all the news that you can use in the beautiful and ever exciting world of sport. Bringing the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest sport news making rounds this beautiful Saturday morning. Yes, it's a weekend, and of course, you know how it is. Weekend is all about league football across Europe, not just Europe, but of course on the Nigerian scene as well. As MPFL matches will also be played across the country today, with Shooting Stars also in action. Yes, they are in action. They are at home against Insurance of Benin. Benin Insurance is what they're called, and today on the show we'll definitely talk about that and many more on the show. It's Spotted Beat on Oluyole 90.5, but don't forget we're also live on Okiogun FM 96.3 and Agility FM 92.1. You want to find out what your favorite players your favorite clubs are up to this weekend? Yes, we've got all of that for you on the show this beautiful morning. And of course, following Nigeria's performance at the Africa Cup of Nations top place performance, yes, we've got update for you as regards the future of the coach that's talking about Eric Shell. Will he be allowed to remain as coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria? We've got update for you on the show also this beautiful morning. The decision is definitely in the hands of the Nigerian Football Federation, and of course they have the final say as regards that. We just have updated, just got updated for you. For your listening pleasure. And of course in Europe this weekend, number of interesting league matches to talk about in the Premier League, with teams going head to head, and of course tomorrow we've got a very important one at the Emirates. That's talking about Manchester United versus Arsenal Football Club versus Manchester United. And one man said that he is leaving Manchester United at the end of this season. That's Casemiro. Yes, we indeed wish him all the best. I was talking about Manchester United. We've got the news that Wilfred Ndidi has been offered. It's been offered to Manchester United. Yes, he had a splendid time at the AFCON, controlling things from the midfield for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and that must have caught the attention of Manchester United and other big clubs across Europe as they all look to bring in the Super Eagles midfielder. All right, let's start from the local front this beautiful morning. Like I said earlier, MPFL matches we played across the federation are starting today with Katsina United slugging it out with Plateau United today at 4 p.m. And later tomorrow, we'll have El Kaneme Warriors squaring up against Ikorodu City. Borough Football Club will entertain Bayelsa United, while Abia Warriors will host Nasarawa United. The game between Kwara United and Rivers United, earlier billed to be played in Ilori, has now been postponed due to Rivers United's continental engagement. For Niger Tornadoes, tomorrow they are up against the Eyimba Football Club. Yes, their hands will be full, definitely against the Eyimba Football Club. Ranger International, former champions, will square up against Warrior Wolves in what promises to be an entertaining clash. And right here in Ibadan, at the Lake on Salami Sports Complex, Shooting Stars Sport Club of Ibadan will host Bender Insurance. Wiki Tourists are also up against the Kano Pillars, and on Monday it's Remo Stars taking on Kon Khalifat Football Club. Let's take a look at what the MPFL table looks like at the moment. After 21 round of games played in the Nigeria Premier Football League so far, Rivers United top the park with 41 points. After 21 games, they've won 11 matches. They've drawn 8 games and they've suffered just 2 defeats this season. And that's just enough to take them to the top of the NPFL. Second place is Abia Warriors, who've also played 21 matches. They've won 11 of those, drawn 4 and suffered 6 defeats. They've got 37 points at the moment to sit second on the table. Ikorodu City of Lagos, they are currently third on the table. After 21 round of games, they've won 9 of those. They've drawn 8 and suffered 4 defeats. They've got 35 points. One Nasarawa United are now fourth on the table as we speak after 21 games as well. They've won 10, they've drawn 5 and suffered 6 defeats. They also have 35 points, and of course they are fourth because of their inferior goal difference of +4 against the Ikorodu City's +8. Alright, Rangers are fifth at the moment with 33 points. Better Insurance have 32 points. Shooting Stars are 7th at the moment with 32 points as well, having won 9 matches this season out of 21 games. They've won 9, they've drawn 5 and suffered 7 defeats. They've got +1 goal difference. Yes, Better Insurance, they are visitors tomorrow. They are 6th on the table with the same number of points, but Better Insurance have a better goal difference. They've got +5, while Shooting Stars have +1, and that's why Shooting Stars are 7th at the moment. 8th on the table is the team from Warri Delta State, and that's Warri Wolves, who've also played 21 matches. They've won 8, drawn 6, suffered 7 defeats. They've got 30 points so far in the league this season. Alright, Night and also occupied the 9th position with 29 points, same points as 10th place Katsina United, who also have 29 points, having played 21 games as well. They've won 8, drawn 5 and suffered 8 defeats so far this season as well.